Uh-oh. Wave, Happy New Year. Okay. Sorry, I might be watching too many screens because some things refuse to work. It's a new year. Happy New Year. I'm happy to see you all. Today is Thursday, but man, I got too many things happening. I just had to come online anyways. It's 2025 again. Woo-hoo-hoo. He's as excited as I am. Sorry, my voice. I've been drinking hot water, hot water. My voice has taken a little beating for some weeks now, so it's kind of cracked a bit. So, yeah, how we doing? So last night, it was like 10:50. I was sitting down here doing something else. Okay, I was meditating. I like beginning of the year, like it's the beginning of the year. You have to meditate. You have to think about what happened last year. What did I do, right? You had plans and things you wanted to do. So my eyes went to this book, Connecting the Dots. Connecting the Dots is by Dr. Adiola Atekoja. Is it Atekoja? Yeah, she's one of my big sis. She wrote this book. See, I got this book in 2023. You can see. She sent it to me in January 2023. Yeah, I started reading it. And then, what did they call? Procrastination. Procrastination happened. And then I dropped the book. This was 2023. I already showed you when she signed it. She signed it in January 2023. Life happened and I dropped it. But last night, something just told me. My eyes went towards the book, and I think it was chapter 9. And then suddenly I saw her say something. She was like, nobody's better than you. Oh my, why did I close that part? She was like, nobody's better than you. And it's not like you've not heard this thing at different points in time, but a lot of times is we think people are better than us. And that's why you're not like you're thinking, because you think they are better than you, you think less of yourself. Nobody is better than you. This was it. I don't know what it was. Chapter 9. Here she said, nobody is better than me. So I'll read what she said there. She said, before, I didn't understand the difference between someone is better than me and someone is different from me. For me, whoever has a gift that I don't have, or a skill or ability that I feel I don't have in my mind, I think I am inferior and they are better than me. That was what she said. But she said, but that just means they are different from me. It doesn't mean they are better than me. Because the truth is, nobody is better than me. When God created us, I'm still reading our book, He created us differently and put unique gifts and talents in every one of us. So by design of the Creator, we are not meant to be the same, which means every one of us will have different abilities and talents. So for me to see someone having a different ability I don't have made me feel that person is better than me. But what I didn't know is that I also have ability and gifts that the person doesn't have as well. There are things that I have that someone else doesn't have. And there are things that someone else has that I don't have. So the difference doesn't create inequality, but rather complementary. God puts the differences so that we can appreciate one another and complement one another, right? The difference between every one of us creates the need and the attraction to always be together. Because we need one another, we must continue to appreciate and celebrate one another. That is the right mindset, and that is a godly and open mindset that is towards growth and development. Then she put a quote here. Always remember that you're absolutely unique, just like everyone else. And this was by Margaret Mead. That was a quote she put in here. Nobody's better than you. I remember my pastor called me sometime last year. I don't know, somebody must have told him something. And he was like, yeah, he said somebody told him something, but he didn't tell me the person. Definitely you don't want to tell the person that you're worried so they don't get mad at the person who said something. And he was like, I really wish you people know what you carry. It was like that person they're talking about is not better than you all. But you all have refused to grow yourself. You've refused to work on yourself. Like, that person is not better than you. What the person is only using over you all is experience. And experience can be gained. And that's if you give yourself to knowledge. So, I don't know what I'm sharing with you because I was the one reading this last night. This was for me. I didn't do this for anybody. I was reading this for me. But it just made me realize that when you think people are better than you, that's the reason you envy. That's the reason we have jealousy. You don't need it. If you know God created them as He created you, you won't have any issue envying anybody. You have a gift I don't have. I have what you don't have. And that's what makes the world unique. So in 2025, get off the gossip and back talks and work on yourself, okay? Stop sitting with other people who have an issue. Some people will choose not to like somebody and they bring the drama, and that is your headache morning, afternoon, night. You get on your phone and discuss people. You get on your phone 1 hour, 2 hours discussing somebody, discussing how to bring somebody down. I heard a lot of things last year and I just laughed. And I saw things and I just pretended not to see. Let me tell you, my pastor told me last year. Okay, he said something. It was as if I had not heard it before. It was like, when you sit down to bring somebody down, you can never be bigger. You can never be greater than that person. I'm telling you. You remain below and keep trying to pull. Because you're trying to pull. You always remain below. Anybody you try to bring down, you can never be above them. Never. And I've seen life. I've seen it from I don't need other people's experience. I saw it in my own family. I saw it in my dad. I saw it with my dad. When people are evil, when they sit down, when they envy, they're jealous, they envy people to the extent where they hate the person and start working overtime to bring the person down. It might take long. It always looks like God's time takes long for Him to respond. But when God, you see, if I choose to fight my battle, the way I will fight it will not make sense. But you see, when God fights for you, when God decides to be the one who fights for you, the difference is clear. This year, don't sit down and join gossipers. Because you sat down with them last year. You did not get anywhere. The people you are pointing at, you're thinking they are better than you. They're not better than you. They've just decided, they've sat down and studied themselves and look at what their skills are, what their gifts are. They're working with their gifts. You might even have gifts that is better than theirs, but you've chosen not to work on yours. Maybe because you think their gifts are more pronounced. Maybe they have more pronounced gifts that are more obvious, somebody who does oratory now, they will be out there because you can see them. But some of you are very good with people. You're very good with people. Like, you can get into a room and just talk to everybody one time. That is one good skill. Now look at what you can do with it. That's left to you. Look at the things that are so easy for you. You don't think twice. It doesn't stress you. You can do it all day. Some people can talk to people all day. It's easy for them. Don't sit down and hate other. No, there's nobody God created who doesn't have a talent. Everybody has. God gave everybody giftings and talents. I really love you to read this book, Adeola Atekoja, Connecting the Dots. It's just last night I went to chapter 9 and I'm like, whoa. It just brought it brought it afresh. Nobody's better than you. I'm not better than you. You're not better than me. What's making the difference might just be the experiences. Because when opportunities come, there might be three of you looking at the same thing, but because you don't have the opportunity they've had, you might not see. The three of you will see the same thing, but one person one person will catch it and use it to their own advantage because of the experiences they have, because what they've gone through might make them appreciate that thing and see how the better way to tap into it. It doesn't make them better than you. It doesn't make them. It's just that they are opportuned to just grab it as an opportunity. It's just life. Don't envy people this year. Don't envy people to the extent you hate people and all you do is sit down and talk about them. All you do is monitor them. Jesus. Don't waste your time. Time is going. Time is going. This 2025. Every year I do this. And some months back I'll go back and watch it again. That's what I do. At the beginning of the year. I look at what God is telling me and I just say, I'm not preaching Bible to you right now. I'm just telling you, I'm just talking life right now. There's nobody that came to this life without something. You just have to sit down. What do you enjoy? What can you do all day that you're not tired of doing? You can do it all day and you're not tired. Now look into it and see how you can harness it, okay? The people you're looking that you think they're better than you, they've decided to harness that thing. Whether it's easy or not, they've decided to work with what they have to make it work. You see, when my pastor said it last year, like, that person is not better than you. They've worked on themselves. Go and work on yourself. They are not better than you. I'm like, yep. And then I read this, I've been telling sometimes you keep praying that, oh, God, give me a word, give me a word. And God has given you words on words on words. And that's what my prayer, I kept telling God, you might have told me something. Maybe I've missed it. Please bring it back. It's not that you're asking for a new revelation. One is the revelation he already gave you. You've not even used it. You're looking for a new revelation when you've not used the one he gave to you. I'm like, just bring, sometimes the instructions you've given to me that maybe dropped, I forgot. And that's the instruction is nobody's better than me and I'm not better than anybody. Nobody's better than me. I'm not saying it's from this book. And I'm not better than anybody. I am me. I'm working with what God has given my talents is what I'm using. Use yours too. Don't join them to sit down and point at people. If you plot to bring people down, you too, you'll be brought down. You're planning to go up and you're bringing people down. It's only a matter of time. You too, you will come down. And anybody you try to drag down, you can never be bigger than them. You can never be greater than them. This year, let's learn to be happy for people. Okay? He said, what you don't celebrate, what you don't honor, you can't get to, you can't achieve. You can't get it. The same way you don't honor it, somebody else will not honor you. It's that simple. Don't work on bringing people down. This life is too short. What God has called you to, work with it. The people you see, sometimes you don't know their stories. And a lot of time, I think I've done it in a video, sometimes people go through experiences elsewhere. Then God brings them somewhere else to bless them. But you are just meeting them in the now. You don't know their pain. You don't know what they've walked through to get to where they've gotten to. And then you are hating. Because God is blessing them in your own eyes. But you don't know what led to that. Everybody has a story. And sometimes even if it's not yet time, sometimes it might just even be, you might even have put in the work. It's like we said, you read like you're not going to pray. Like we have people be in school. You see, if you've been in school, you see people, they go to video meetings, everything. They don't study their book, then they fail. Then they are mad at God. Like, although there are some cases maybe the person was sick or something happened, that God will help them pass. But the Holy Spirit only reminds you of what you've already put on your inside. If you have nothing on your inside, what is it reminding you of? The Holy Spirit reminds you of what you've already put in here. You've placed nothing in here and you are trying to bring it out in the exam or out. So that's why we pray like we are not going to read or work. And we work as if we don't pray. Because you got to balance it up. Even God said there's no food for lazy man. You can't sit down and wait for manna to fall. He has to bless something. God has to bless something. There's no quick blessing. He has to bless something. So what's in your hand? Like Elisha told that woman, that widow woman, what do you have in the house? And she had some oil. It was that oil that was multiplied. So what is your gift? What is your talent? What do you have in your hand? Sometimes the delay is just that we are not ready. And if God gives you what you want, you will mess it up and mess him up, and you let people abuse God because you're not ready. The delay is just we not being ready. And that's why I used to tell God sometimes when I'm struggling, when I'm in a season where it's like everything is slow, I'll be like, I don't want to fail. I always tell God, I don't want to fail. God, please, if this is a lesson, if this is a test, let me learn from it. Let me gain what you're trying to show me in this season. Don't let me miss what you're trying to show me, what you're trying to teach me in this season. This year, go away from gossiping. See, life is too short. People are busy running, trying to, you will not sit down somewhere and be talking about people. A lot of time, people who are always talking and spoiling people, they feel the person is better than them. They feel the person has something they don't have, and they are angry, and they've let hatred enter. So they'll be looking for ways to spoil the person and pull the person down. That's all they're after. Don't be part of people who pull people down. It doesn't matter. When you pull people, they will pull you down too. It's only a matter of time. You yourself, you are coming down. You are coming down. It's life. The law of sowing and reaping. That's just it. If you want to climb up, don't bring other people down. If you cannot support them, leave them alone. Is it only them? Is it only them? Yeah. You know why have you read in the Bible where it said the person that has more will get more? The guy who had the 10 talents, who worked with his 10 talents, they gave him more. Because he worked with it, he will get more. So you keep saying, is it only them? Is it only because they are working with the little they have, they keep getting more, and they keep getting better, and you keep pointing and you are angry. Is it only them? And you're talking about them. But the more you talk, the more they climb. God has blessed everybody. Nobody is better than you. Nobody. All they are doing is harnessing the opportunity and making use of that opportunity. Sit down this year and tell God, show me. That's me too, telling God, show me. What do you want me to do? What am I missing? What opportunities am I letting slide by that I could actually harness, and I'm letting it slide by? I'm letting it slide by you. Please, this year, don't envy. Don't jealous. Say no to jealousy. No to envy. Nobody is better than you. God has given everybody gifts and talents. Use your own. You can talk to people, you can write, you can read. There are things you are good at, I'm not good at. There are things I'm good at, you're not good at. That is why. Else, this world would be so boring for us all. So my message to you this is, nobody is better than you. Don't envy anybody. And a lot of times, you don't know how they got there. You don't know. So many things you don't know. That's just the truth. So many things you don't know. What meets the eyes, there is more behind the scene. More happening behind the scene than what you see. Walk with God. Look unto Jesus, the author and perfecter of your faith. Your attention this year should be on God. That's my own talk too for myself. You know, I told you I picked up this book and I forgot it. But God brought it back to me last night. And then it reminded me of what my pastor already told me last year. Nobody is better than you. Work on yourself. I've made up my mind. I'll read books. I always read books anyways. But last year, life happened and I dropped some of them. I dropped the ball. But you know, just look at books that fit whatever season you are in, whatever fits what you're doing. And work with it. Happy New Year. Those who know me very well from Nigeria, they know. If you ask who's the bookworm, I like to read. Whether it's big like this, I'll read it. It doesn't tire me. I will sit down and read. There's so much you can gain in books. And sometimes the time you spend trying to get something done, somebody else has done it and they've written about it. Go pick. This is for my sister, Atekoja. I have a lot of sisters that have written books, so I'm just starting with this one because this was the one my eyes saw this year on the bookshelf. When I'm done with this one, I'll go for another one. And I'll share as God allows me to share, you know. Sometimes some messages are not meant for everybody. Some of them are meant for you. The one that is meant for everybody, God will help you share them, you know. But I'm wishing us a very awesome year where God will lead us and help us walk in His truth and His plan for us. I love you. Please, like I said, don't envy nobody, don't jealous nobody. Nobody's better than you. Everybody's just working in their season. When your season comes, yours might be bigger than theirs. That's why they buy car now, even house. Any house, you build this house now. See, the next person's house will be bigger than you. That's it. Records are meant to be broken. Somebody buy whatever, they do wedding 10 million. The next person's wedding will be 50 million. Then you want to kill yourself, you're just going to kill yourself. Okay? Work in your season, work within your means. It's not easy. Everybody has a season they are going through. It's not easy. But just make sure you don't miss what God has for you. What God is teaching you in that season, you don't miss it. I love you. Say no to gossiping this year. Say no to backbiting. Say no to pulling down. Say no to backstabbing. Please, if you want God to help you, stay out of people's business. Mind your business. And tell God to help you. Look unto Jesus, the author and the helper of your faith. Leave people alone. No. They say small minds discuss people. Great minds, they are discussing projects and the next thing to do. The people that are making billions, they don't have 10 heads. I'm a Christian, does not stop me from making billions. So tell God to give you ideas so that you to be making money, you don't have time for them. It's true now. When you are busy making money, when you are busy creating ideas and creating, what time do you have for anybody? You don't got time for anybody. Please, leave people alone. Focus on God this year. And God will help every one of us. And by December 2025, I'll review this video again. And I'll say, thank you for God, how far you've helped me. Everything you go through, every lesson in life, you are connecting the dots. It is what makes you uniquely you. Nobody is better than you. Whether you went through painful things or happy life, whatever you went through is what, in the end, it will make sense. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. By and by, you will know why you went through what you went through, okay? Please, if you are children of God, throw away envy and jealousy. Tell the Holy Spirit to help you. Help you. The person you think is better than you don't even know what is burning them under. Because they show you what they show you. You don't know what's burning them. Please, let your focus be on God. I love you. Happy New Year. This is bye from your girl over here. You have a good evening. God bless you. Love you. Love you.